Asia Wilson loves to do two things. Two things. Play the victim and is completely delusional as well, I guess.
Aja Wilson stirred debate with bold claims on The Roommate Show, saying the WNBA has the toughest schedule in professional sports, and she could beat NBA player Josh Hart in a one-on-one game. Fans are divided, some laughing, others shaking their heads, and many wondering, what is Aja Wilson thinking?
Coming back, like, do you feel like as like professional athletes, you guys have like the most like stressful, like strenuous, like careers?
Yeah, for sure.
But these remarks are just the beginning. From contradictory takes on the WNBA's growth to an unexpected leak from close sources, Aja Wilson has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The backlash is growing, and fans are buzzing with mixed reactions.
Aja Wilson is the queen of the delusion. She's absolutely the queen of the delusion.
Aja Wilson made waves with her boldest claim yet. The WNBA has the toughest schedule in professional sports, tougher than the NBA, MLB, or even the NFL. Speaking on The Roommate Show, Wilson described the WNBA season as uniquely grueling. She highlighted the rapid transition rookies face, with little time between the NCAA championships, the draft, and immediate training camps, especially for those from successful college teams. Unlike other leagues, there are no rookie combines to ease the shift. While her point about the tight timeline is valid, does it truly outweigh the longer seasons, more games, and demanding travel schedules of other leagues?
I feel like for us, like, we don't have, our rookie orientation is not like anything too crazy. It's literally like, obviously like a day before the draft and you're sitting there and you're talking, but it's like, we don't get to go work out for teams. We don't have a combine and you're going, and it's insane. So yeah, I would have to say our schedule is pretty crazy.
The WNBA's 40-game season pales in comparison to other leagues. MLB players endure 162 games, sometimes with double headers. The NBA's 82-game schedule includes relentless travel and back-to-backs, while NFL players face weekly physical collisions in a 17-game season. By contrast, the WNBA's shorter, condensed schedule features fewer games and less demanding travel requirements.
What about the actual NBA? And I understand a lot of them superstars are load managing, but there's still 82 games there. How many games did they just play? 40. Not counting the playoffs, but I mean, Major League Baseball players do 162, not counting the playoffs. It's so disrespectful to other sports.
Fans were quick to respond. One commented, "She thinks 40 games is hard? Try 82 games with coast-to-coast flights every week." Another quipped, "If the WNBA schedule is the hardest, what does that make MLB?" The sarcasm poured in, with many questioning how an MVP could seem so out of touch with professional sports realities.
She's got to be the world heavyweight champion. Hey, you are a champion. World heavyweight champion of being petty, delusional, and playing the victim. Really? You're complaining about the rookie transition. So disrespectful to MLB athletes. I mean, honestly, it's wild. Didn't know the WNBA had an 82-game schedule. They literally play only 4 months a year.
What makes Aja Wilson's claim even more baffling is the missed opportunity. As an MVP, her platform is pivotal for promoting the WNBA. Fans expect her to champion the league's strengths, not make it seem unappealing to potential viewers. Instead, her remarks invited ridicule, undermining efforts to grow respect for the league. Yet, this wasn't her most shocking statement. Wilson also claimed she could beat NBA player Josh Hart in a one-on-one game, an assertion that set the internet ablaze with reactions, memes, and disbelief.
I feel like the score would be like 8-11. Me.
It's not that fun.
I get ball first.
You get ball first.
She does get ball first.
Not gonna get it back. And you but that's gonna be your time. Like, that's gonna be your period, which is fine. I'm not saying I'm gonna go scoreless, but 8-11, I feel like it's pretty solid.
Aja Wilson boldly claimed she could beat NBA player Josh Hart in a one-on-one game, even predicting the score as 11-8. Confidence is crucial for athletes, but Wilson's statement didn't just toe the line. It sprinted past it.
So what do you think it'll be, Josh? Don't piss me off. Do not piss me off.
Josh Hart, a respected NBA player known for his defensive prowess and hustle, kept his response lighthearted. His calm, playful reaction on the podcast spoke volumes, avoiding any harsh rebuttal.
Like a good 11, probably like 11-7.
Okay, that's fair. You got 7? Okay.
No.
You
What do you mean?
Fans and analysts didn't hold back. Social media erupted with disbelief and ridicule, with one comment reading, "She needs to stop calling out NBA players and start calling out her own shooting percentage." The biting commentary highlighted a glaring reality: the vast gap between the WNBA and NBA. From physicality and speed to skill sets, the differences are undeniable. Even Wilson's height, an advantage in her league, would be outmatched against NBA players, who are just as tall but significantly stronger and faster. Realistically, the outcome of such a matchup wouldn't be close, fueling the backlash further.
Let's be honest. 11-0. You can give her the ball first, you can block her shot, you can grab the rebound, and then you can dunk it on her 11 times. Unless this has some rule where you have to shoot threes, and you can't shoot anything inside of 22 feet, if Josh Hart plays a one-on-one game against Asia Wilson, straight up, regular one-on-one, he would absolutely annihilate her. It'll be 11-0.
What's baffling is how this claim overshadowed Wilson's MVP achievements. Instead of celebrating her accolades, fans debated an unrealistic scenario few took seriously. For a league striving for credibility, such remarks hurt more than help. Yet, Wilson escalated the controversy by criticizing the WNBA's rising popularity, sparking further backlash.
This is the time, like we're in the season of women's basketball, and it was so much fun to just like, it was aggravating, I'm not gonna lie, it was super annoying sometimes, because you're constantly, you feel like you have to like reprove yourself, and like you feel like you have to like go out and be like, no, this is what y'all been missing, and it kind of took away the fun of the game because you felt like you had to like defend yourself and like defend who you are as a player like every single game.
You'd think Aja Wilson would celebrate the WNBA's rising popularity, with viewership climbing and stars like Caitlin Clark set to elevate the sport. Instead, Wilson shocked fans by calling the league's increased attention super annoying on The Roommate Show. For a league that has long fought for respect and relevance, hearing frustration from one of its top stars left fans stunned and questioning her perspective.
I don't know. You guys are you're like, y'all really, really toxic. I don't think we're that toxic. I think we're pettier. Like we're petty for sure.
Social media erupted with criticism. Does she want the WNBA to grow or stay small for more attention? One user questioned. Another added, "The MVP is annoyed by the attention she campaigned for. Make it make sense." The backlash underscored a growing disconnect between Wilson's comments and the league's aspirations.
Finally giving us like what's been due for, obviously, in our eyes, 28 years.
The irony is glaring. As one of the WNBA's most visible stars, Aja Wilson thrives on endorsements, MVP titles, and a prominent platform. Yet, instead of celebrating the league's growth, she undermines it. Her mixed messages, demanding respect for players but complaining about attention.
Before Caitlin Clark, this was the face of the WNBA. No wonder all the ratings and the viewers showed up after Caitlin Clark got involved. This ain't it. This ain't it. I mean, that's delusional on a whole nother level.
Have left fans confused and questioning her stance on the WNBA's progress. Meanwhile, players like Caitlin Clark are embracing the spotlight, leveraging their platforms to promote the game and engage with fans.
The amount of people that have showed up in the stadiums, from the viewership numbers to people really wanting to wear a WNBA player's jersey or buy their merch or whatever it is, or have their shoe. Just how it's evolved in such a short period of time, I think shows everyone, there is real opportunity here.
The contrast is striking. Where Wilson perceives a burden, Clark sees a golden opportunity to elevate the sport and inspire its growth. Wilson's comments are more than frustrating. They're a missed opportunity to champion the WNBA during a crucial moment of growth. With unprecedented attention on women's basketball, the league needs its stars to inspire, not complain.
A'ja Wilson is not playing in Unrivaled, much like Caitlin Clark's not. But there's been a story surfaced by way of Sports Business Journal that is baffling, and it is getting absolutely crushed right now because nobody believes it.
Yet, Wilson's next controversial remark managed to stir even more debate and backlash. Just when it seemed A'ja Wilson's headline streak couldn't get any wilder, reports surfaced that she rejected a lucrative offer from Unrivaled, a new 3-on-3 basketball league courting top talent. Unlike Caitlin Clark, who quietly declined her historic $1 million deal, Wilson's camp allegedly leaked that her offer was even bigger than Clark's. The timing raised eyebrows. Clark had already earned widespread praise for her humility and focus, making Wilson's move seem like a calculated attempt to steal the spotlight.
Did you see how many people showed up to watch Caitlin Clark play golf? With actual attention economics at play, Caitlin's participation in any league has an existential bearing. Nobody outside of A'ja herself cares about whether A'ja shows up.
Hours after Clark's news, Wilson's team ensured everyone knew she'd turned down an even larger deal, sparking questions about intent. Fans were quick to call out the move, with one user posting, "Clark rejected it and moved on. Why does A'ja need the world to know she said no? Desperation much." Another added, "This feels like a case of main character syndrome." The reactions weren't just about the leak, but also a growing frustration with Wilson's apparent need to center herself in every narrative.
It's crazy because literally nobody asked, and sources close to A'ja Wilson decided to answer anyway.
By emphasizing that her offer was larger than Clark's, Wilson unintentionally shifted the focus from her accomplishments to her privilege, reinforcing a recurring theme in her public image that continues to alienate fans. Caitlin Clark's quiet rejection of the Unrivaled offer highlighted the growing divide between the two players. While Clark has positioned herself as grounded and focused, Wilson's actions often seem calculated to keep her name in the headlines, regardless of the fallout. For Unrivaled, the situation was a disaster. The league had hoped to debut with two of the WNBA's biggest stars, only to see both reject the offers. Wilson in a much more public and attention-grabbing way.
The more people can get out and watch the W or watch the college game or whatever it is, the better it's going to be for the future of the game.
As the backlash grew, it became clear that this wasn't just about turning down an offer, but about Wilson's contrast to players who prioritize the sport's future. While A'ja Wilson finds herself at the center of controversy, Caitlin Clark is quietly emerging as the face of women's basketball, and for all the right reasons. From her record-breaking college career to her professional debut, Clark has captured fans' hearts with her talent, humility, and unwavering focus. Her decision to reject Unrivaled's $1 million offer made headlines, but not for seeking the spotlight. Instead, her move was praised as a testament to her character.
I think the thing about leadership is how you approach every single person is going to be completely different. And I think the thing that's helped me be successful throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people. And every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background, they come from a different place. Somebody can be a little more tenderhearted, and for me, I probably want to be screamed at. It's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people, but that takes time, and building relationships is really important.
Fans admired her for prioritizing rest, off-season training, and long-term career growth over a flashy payday. offering a refreshing contrast in an era where athletes often chase fame. Caitlin Clark's rise in women's basketball has set her apart as a leader who embodies humility and focus. Fans have praised her grounded approach, especially after rejecting the Unrivaled League's lucrative $1 million offer. While some might have seen it as a chance to boost her profile, Clark's decision highlighted her commitment to long-term growth, prioritizing rest and training over immediate fame. One fan tweeted, "Caitlin Clark just gets it. She knows her worth but doesn't need to flaunt it. That's why we love her." Another wrote, "She's not just a great player, she's a great role model." In contrast, Aja Wilson has often sparked controversy, focusing on herself rather than the growth of women's basketball. Clark's calm and calculated decisions stand in stark contrast to Wilson's more provocative actions. As the WNBA moves into a new era, Clark's leadership, centered on collaboration and the future of the sport, sets a new standard that resonates with fans and inspires the next generation.
That's the reason that you play. It's not because of the wins and the points you score. It's the amount of joy that you can bring people and the young girls that will one day grow up to hopefully, be whatever they want to be and get to talk about those moments too.
Aja Wilson and Caitlin Clark represent two very different narratives in women's basketball. Wilson, despite her talent, often faces backlash due to controversial comments and a perceived need for attention. Her claims, including the WNBA's toughest schedule and challenging an NBA player, have drawn criticism for detracting from the league's growth. On the other hand, Clark continues to rise as a model of humility, focus, and leadership, winning fans' hearts with her grounded approach. As the WNBA evolves, Clark's commitment to the game and its future contrasts sharply with Wilson's actions, making Clark a beacon of positive change.
Everybody talks about the effect that we have on them, but also they have the same effect on us. And I think that's what's really cool about it is to see how much joy it really brings them and it brings their families. And that one game where they spend 2 hours of their whole entire year has such an impact on their entire childhood. And I think that's really cool to think about.
Aja Wilson and Caitlin Clark represent two distinct approaches in the WNBA. Wilson, despite her impressive talent, has stirred controversy with her comments, including those about the league's schedule and her ability to beat NBA players. Her actions have sometimes detracted from the league's growth. In contrast, Caitlin Clark's quiet leadership and rejection of a large, unrivaled offer reflect a focus on the game's future rather than seeking attention. She uses her platform to inspire, uplift, and contribute to the growth of the sport. As the WNBA evolves, Clark's humility and vision contrast with Wilson's more controversial actions, with fans gravitating toward Clark's approach. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.